Welcome back, Rick Malero here. Today is video 3, which will be a very light video of our 10-part series about hard money lending. Why? Because in the last video, we really unpacked some of the key things that I as a private lender look for when I'm working with an investor. Now, today, what we're going to address is what are you looking to have in place to qualify as an actual borrower for a hard money loan. Now, while I've already given you the big picture of what I look for to mitigate my risk, now you need to work backwards and ask yourself, okay, so if I'm gonna go for funding and I wanna build a relationship with a lender that will ultimately partner with me and finance many of my deals, then the first thing I need to ask myself is how organized am I? Now, why am I saying this to you? Because the clients that we finance quicker, the clients that we build long-term relationships are the clients that are organized when they're submitting a package. We're not piecemealing back and forth and requesting 50 times for a copy of their driver's license. What we're looking for is a responsible investor that runs their business like a business, not a hobby. So the first thing that I would encourage you to do if you want to qualify and set yourself apart from the majority of investors is to make sure that you have all of your documentation in order. So what exactly is that? Well, you want to have a copy of your driver's license. You want to have your operating agreement and consent to acts or anything associated with your company. You want to make sure that when you're putting together a package on a deal, you have the purchase contract, you have a full scope of work with bids, you have a list of the projects that you've successfully done, if any at all. And if you don't have any projects, you put a bio of yourself in the package so that we can see your business experience, right? You want to make sure that you have at least 2-month bank statements in your package that you're submitting to the private lender because you want to show them that you have the liquidity for the need of the project, right? And this is what you're doing to be proactive. The other thing that I think is essential is to make sure that if you already have pictures on the property, include them in your package. The more that you provide when you begin the funding journey with a lender, and it is organized and properly indicated. This is my application. These are my bank statements. This is my ID. This is the repair list with my scope of work. These are the pictures of the current property. The more organized you are, the more professional you are perceived to be, and the better chances of moving forward. Now, the next thing is this. With a successful real estate investor, when they begin to analyze the information you provide, there will be additional conditions requested, like insurance information, like title company details, like potentially amended changes based on what we find on your credit background check and so on and so forth. The key here is to make sure that whenever your lender requests some documents, that you are as proactive and as quick as possible. Now, herein lies the difference. A lot of clients will come back and send me 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 items in separate emails. This creates confusion. The best thing to do is to update your lender and say, hey, I'm working on collecting these 5 items and I'll send them to you shortly all together. And when you've collected those documents, review them to make sure they're accurate first. You'll be amazed how many times paper pushers send stuff our way and it ultimately is not what we needed. So you review it, make sure it meets the guidelines, and then you send 1 email with all the documents. When you do this, you are guaranteeing that we can move quicker than if we're piecemealing things together and we have to chase you. So I think that's an essential part to get approved. Now, if you don't have all the money, but you've brought in a business partner, make sure that from the beginning you disclose this. This is not something that's going to kill your deal. In fact, the more you communicate, the better the chances of us working with you, right? So if you have a business partner or an uncle or somebody that's going to provide the funding for your deal, disclose it so that we can review it and make sure that the structure works so that we can get you approved quickly. Another part you want to make sure is that when you're moving forward so that we can get a valuation, have your showing instructions or access to the property already in place. Answer your phone is what I'm trying to say. You will be amazed how many times we have clients in a rush trying to close a deal quickly, but they don't answer the phone for the appraiser company to go and actually do the appraisal. So by default, they're delaying their own transaction. So the point I'm making here is that if you're assertive, you're organized, and you follow up consistently, you will literally make a great impression on your lender, increasing your chances of getting better funding, closing the deal on time, and moving forward to the next. So I hope you found this video enlightening and that it helps you to level up your game, even if you've already done loans before. If I described you as a mess, then this is your opportunity to level up your game so that you can increase your level of sophistication. Till next time, when we begin to talk about a completely different part of funding, which is how to find the right deal so that you can make a profit.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it was valuable to you. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. And also, if you have some additional tips or strategies that you want us to cover with real live action projects that we fund, feel free to put those in the comments. We look forward to sharing with you more content. Until we meet again, don't forget to invest with purpose.